As I've said before, these are good times for adventurers. There always seems to be work available, often good paying work, since so few are able to do what we do. So we go from town to town and are exclaimed as heroes, usually. I do remember some people in Nashkel and Baragost and other places that didn't like to see the sight of adventurers. They think that we took advantage of people and were just scam artists, or layabouts who didn't do anything of worth. Little did they know what true adventurers like myself go through. If I had known from the beginning it would be like this, I might have given it a second thought or a third. But I was forced into it, since I was on the run for my life from my brother Saravok, and Jahira and Khalid recommended we go and look into the issues at the Nashkel mine, and that's how it began for me. We've faced devils, dragons, and horrid undead, as well as traps that can slice a person in half. We've killed wizards and armored maniacs, as well as more guards and enemy soldiers than I can keep track of. This is not something just anyone can do. It's a tough, often brutally short life. I've heard of many adventure groups being defeated. I even encountered one of those groups myself at the very bottom of Durlag's Tower. And now here in the Umar Hills, there was an adventure group that tried to solve the area's problems and were never heard from again. See, if anyone could do it, then there would be no need for the adventurer kind. It takes natural skill, training, tenacity, good equipment, and a will to keep on going to be one. I'm quite sure if the same people who complain about adventurers being useless were facing a monster threatening them, their family, or their settlement, then they would be the first ones to run and scream that, "We need adventurers to save us." We're here in the Umar Hills, and we're looking to see what actually is troubling the town. It seems to be a little bit confusing, but this man over here seems to think it's wolves coming in and killing people. Oh. What are these people doing here? Curious. Hello.
Greetings, good customer.
A good day to you, ma'am. It's nice to see a new face in the village for once. We haven't had many travelers through here since all these killings began, naturally. I'd be pleased to show you some of the goods I have to sell. Although, I must warn you, our mercantile company hasn't had much opportunity to deliver lately, so goods are sparse. What can you tell me about all these killings? Ah, now that's a tale and a half. Mind you, don't listen to the dribble these villagers might tell you. They'd have you half believing that a 500-year-old witch is on the prowl. 500-year-old witch? You see, the real story is that there's a pack of wolves that decide to come into the village area here and pick people off. You can't even travel much unless you got an armed guard. Makes for poor business, it does. Our company thought it was a good thing when we won exclusive rights to Imnesvale from the council. Now it's just losing us money. Well, this place is called Imnesvale. Well, I guess that's a much nicer name than Umar Hills. It sounds a little bit foreboding. Why doesn't everyone just leave? Well, some people still think the problem can be solved. I heard the mayor hired a band of adventurers to look into it, but they've disappeared. Yeah, I heard him say that. No one wants to travel alone, but if something isn't done soon, they might decide to all leave together. 'Tis a shame. This is a prosperous village otherwise. Good business, usually. Show me what you have to sell, then. Always willing to satisfy a customer. With gold, that is. Nothing of any interest to me. I mean, if you had at least some magical arrows, I might buy them. I don't think I have anything. I could sell this. Well, is everyone here
Without
a vendor?
doubt.
Or are these your guards?
Have a look at my wares.
Hello there.
I trust you'll find them all in satisfactory condition.
What can I do for you this fine day? Have you need of a trinket or two? Or do you need directions? What is of interest around here? We've a little intrigue happening, though nothing a traveling company armed as you are would be interested in. Well, there have been a few people go missing. The most disturbing loss was the ranger Morella. She disappeared after searching for the first person to go missing, some peasant. Her cabin was in the southwest, though I don't know what you would find there. Don't much care, really. Okay, let me see. What do you have to offer? Let's just have a look and see if there's anything that strikes your fancy. Yeah, some potions of healing. These Elixirs of Health. I used to buy these for Rasad, actually. They're quite expensive. They cure poison, I believe. And they heal a little bit more than a potion of healing. Not much, though. She sells a bunch of He sells books. Okay. It was actually quite expensive. Okay. And what do you sell?
Quickly and precisely.
You'll find no better prices in Arm. I guarantee it.
I just know that one of these days, one of those ogres is going to come down and massacre me, just like those other villagers. I never thought of something like this when I became a merchant. Well, what do you know about these killings? Oh, it's a terrible thing, isn't it? People dying left and right. You can hardly find a customer anymore. And that's probably okay, because no one will restock me now anyway. Somebody should do something about those ogres, though. Ever since they came, it all started. One of my caravans once got attacked by ogres. They're evil and brutal. Yeah, they can be. Can I see what you have in stock? Oh, I suppose so, but there isn't much. Caravans won't come here unless they're stocked with guards, and that doesn't make it very profitable, now does it? Shields. Armor? No. That's all you have? You really don't have anything. Thanks anyway.
Without hesitation.
Hello?
Useful gadgets I have. Yes, I do.
Yes, what is it you want exactly? If you want to buy something, then say so quickly, because I've got little enough time to spare for the likes of you. Oh, okay. What do you know about what's going on in this village? Nothing. And I don't want to know nothing. All I want is to be able to get out of this stinking village safely once the roads are open. Merchant can't make a decent living here. Let me see what you have in stock, then. Fine, but don't touch anything unless you're planning on buying it. Oh, it's a gem bag. My hopes are up for a moment. But potion bags often come in that same color. No, you don't really have anything. Is this the inn? I think it is. Let's go inside. Oh, this place isn't looking
This
bad.
will not take long.
It's alright. Hello.
Bloke can't walk 5 feet these days without someone hitting him up.
They brought in most of the outlying farmers and herders. No one's safe if they're alone for a minute. And even here you ain't safe. Wow.
If it must
People are
be
really
done.
paranoid about what's going on.
Be merry, friend.
Ah. Now, I may be recognizing ye. Should I be? Are ye kin? Mayhap come to take me home? Actually, I'd like to ask you what you know about the killings around here. Hey, I know that the streets may be a safe place for a poor drunken nappin', that's for sure. Vincenzo took me in. Dear man that he be. So I may be taken in by the Umar witch, I? Myself, I may be knowin' if the Umar witch is back. I seen black shapes movin' in the nights, like livin' shadows, but then I be the town drunk and nobody listens to what I has to say. Truth be told, I be more'n a little frightened to sleep outside these days. But then, this inn's where you'd find me likely as not. So little has changed, I suppose
It will
so.
be done.
He's basically saying, with or without whatever's happening and killing people, he'd be here.
With Helm's blessing.
Yeah, he's the town drunk.
Sir,
Hello.
well met and welcome.
You look like a decent sword who can hold a sword. Why don't you go and slaughter those ogres and save us a lot of trouble? I'd
What
have
is
to
it?
talk to them
I'm
first.
listening.
Hello.
Hello there. It will be done.
Are you Vincenzo? I keep hearing about you.
Never had friends.
Hello to you and a good day. I am Vincenzo, and I offer you all the services of me humble little inn. There are a lot of things to be said about your inn, Vince, but humble ain't the one I'd be picking, I. Hush, boy, and keep calling me Vince, and I'll have you strapped over a log. The name's Vincenzo. That's a lot of rot. You hears that name from a Sembian trader, and suddenly you're putting on airs. Pfeh. Never mind the boy. He's an ignorant lout I took in out of pity. A simpleton who doesn't know his place. Is there aught I can do for you, my good lady? What do you know about the killings around here? Ah, Vincenzo knows the truth. My family has been in this here area, for a long, long time, and the tales of the Witch Umar have been passed down, they have. You're not gonna go into that rot again, are you? Silence, boy! Perhaps I should give you to the witch instead, as an offering, eh? Leave ye out of the doorstep with a lace of garlic tied around your neck? Well, I thought that'd shut your trap. Now then, milady, I can tell you about the Witch Umar. A tale sure to curl your ears if you'd care to hear it. Go ahead. I've got the time. Like I said, me family's been around these parts a long time. We were here back when the witch herself plagued these lands over 700 years ago. Umar was a wicked one. No one ever saw her except when she came down from the hills to steal some unfortunate soul. Shepherds, babes, anyone who weren't careful. She'd torture 'em. You can hear their cries during the night. People tried to find her, but only the victims' bodies would turn up, mutilated and dead. Don't know why they just didn't kill her. 'Cause they couldn't find her, you stupid boy. Were you not listening? And besides, she were a powerful witch with plenty of magic for any fight. Strange thing is, milady, Umar just vanished one day. Maybe she were killed, maybe not. But every century or so, it's said she comes back to the hills. Haha, this is where it gets right funny, your story. I'm warning you, boy. You'll be out in your arse faster than you can blink if this keeps up. Ahem. As I said, every century or so, she comes again. People disappear, tortured in the hills, and only sometimes are the bodies found. Once Umar sated herself on blood, she returns to whence she came. This is just like them other times. People forget so easily. 'Tis the witch, I tells you. Has nobody tried to find this witch in recent years? Well, there was a group of mages some years back who came. Young ones. Apprentices, I gathered. 2 fellas and a young lass, sure enough. They weren't sent by their master to look into the Umar witch, or so they said. Nice enough group, but 'twere obvious they were expecting nothing. I remember 'em. We're all right, for mages, lots nicer than that German feller. Now he should go and soak his head. Aye, true enough. Them 3 went into the hills, and they were ne'er found again, except for the lass's journals. I found those myself out in the woods. More victims of Umar herself, sure as daylight. You can read it in the lass's journals, sure enough. Do you think I might be able to take a look at this journal? Aye, you can. I had a copy or 2 done up by a scribe friend of mine some months back. You can have one if you likes. A copy or 2? More like you got a whole storeroom full of copies of that journal, you bleeding banana. Well, so what if I have? 'Tis a good story, more or less. Makes me bloody rich one day, and then where will you be, you little rugrat? More'n like you wrote the journal yourself, I'd wager. I did nae such thing. Here ye go, my lady. Use it as you will. But beware the witch if you goes into the hills. She'd not be sated yet, not by a long shot.
I can hold no more. That item has been dropped.
Well, thanks for the journal. Now I have too many potions. Give this to our monk as well. Umar Witch Project Journal. This journal seems to be that of an apprentice mage, telling the tale of her expedition into the Umar Hills with 2 other apprentices in the search for evidence of the fabled witch. The tale is hard to believe, but seems to relate the group's horror at getting lost and being hounded by an unseen predator during the nights. The script is in a panicky feminine hand, and the last page can barely be made out as follows. Sorry to Jeshelis' mother. I'm sorry about what happened to Michaelis. Well, that's a name I've never heard before, Michaelis. There's something out here with us. We thought it to be peasants, but peasants aren't this clever. And I've never heard of the name Jeshelis either. Jeshelis says it's the witch. I hear her when I sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want... The journal ends here. Well, all I said is search for evidence of the fabled witch. There's an unseen predator that hounds them at nights. That's kind of scary. Maybe it was the wolves? Something out here with us thought to be peasants, but peasants aren't that clever. Jeshelis says it's the witch. I hear her when I sleep. I think she went mad. That was what happens. I don't really need this book, thank you.
Certainly.
Well, he did say that, crates of them. But what services do you offer, Vincenzo? It is good to see you again, milady. Is there something I can be doing for you? I'd like to see your services, please. Of course. There's not many rooms, mind you. All the frightened folk who fled into the village have near filled me up. Only a room or 2 left. Just don't mind the rodents while you're sleeping. Silence, boy. There are no foulsome rodents here other than you. Ah, now, milady. Yeah, I mean, it is later in the day, but we'll be back. We know where we can stay. It's actually after dinner time.
Without doubt.
Hello. Oh, greetings to you, stranger. Who are you? My name is Dar, and I am no one of importance, I suppose. At least, nobody important enough that my love's father might vaguely consider allowing me to court her. No, why not? My love is Colette, and her father is a wizard of no small power and possessed of considerable bias against me. His name is Germian, and I understand he intends to use Colette as a bargaining tool for some wizardly endeavor of his own, against her will, I imagine, although I've no chance to ask her opinion. I know she wants to go with me, I know it, but her father will have none of it. He intends to go to great lengths to keep us apart. Oh, woe is me. Perhaps I can speak to him for you. I would be of no use, I am sure, and I do not wish to use violence in such an endeavor. I do not appreciate its taste, and I no doubt Germian would crush me with magic. You are kind to offer your assistance, but there's no helping me, I think. Leave me to my sorrow, please. That's no way to act.
Quickly and precisely.
What can you tell me about the murders around here? Oh, only a little. I have not been in the village for very long. It's my understanding that the wolves have become very active, yes? All I can think about is my Colette. I'll be going then. Well met, stranger. May you fare better than I. Is this the house of Colette?
You need
It
something,
would seem
stranger.
so. There's a golem as a protector. That must be Colette. Hey, who disturbs me? I'm Orin. Who are you? Orin, eh? Well, I don't recognize your name. So long as you're not sent by that fool, Dar, I'll not object to your presence. And since you ask, I am none other than Germian, licensed Cald Wizard for this region. So you needn't run off and attempt to report me, girl. You're a Cald Wizard, then why don't you do something about the killings going on around here? I don't do anything about it because I don't want to do anything about it. I have more important things to do, and until the Cald Wizards tell me otherwise, I'll not involve myself. Can you tell me what you know about these killings, then? It's likely wolves or ogres or some other mundane nonsense. I've no interest in the matter. Why don't you ask some of the yokels if you're so concerned? What is this thing you're making? Ah, glad you asked. This, my friend, is nothing other than a golem of stone. A fine piece of magical craftsmanship, if I do say so myself. Few other mages have made the attempt, you see. This type of golem is quite powerful and dangerous, but I am more than skilled enough to control it. I think you need a blunt weapon to harm a stone golem. Yeah, sharp-bladed weapons or piercing weapons don't do anything. Once it's complete, I'll have an excellent servant, and something to keep an eye on my daughter and that foolhardy beau of hers while I'm away. Really? That's how you want... Okay, you want to leave your daughter like that? Okay. Trouble is, I'm missing one of the crucial ingredients. The blood of a mimic. I'd pay handsomely for some. In fact, you look like the adventurous type. Care to find me some? I've heard of a mimic. What is it exactly? What's a mimic and where would I find one? A mimic is a vicious little creature. Shape changer. Oh, that's right. That likes to attract and kill adventurers by looking like a treasure chest or similar object. They generally exist in dungeons, ruins, and similar places. Although, where you would find one around here, I haven't a clue. That's why I'm looking for some. Okay. What kind of a reward are you offering? I seem to recall that I have a magical sword around here that I won in a bet from that fool Tolgarius. I've no use for it, but it's valuable. Find me some mimic's blood and it's yours. Alright, I'll make the attempt. Fine. I wish I could point you in the right direction. But if you do find some, you know where to find me. Off you go then, girl.
Without hesitation.
You're Colette, I take it.
Hello there.
Father will never let me marry Dar. That's all I wish to do. I don't know why he won't change his mind.
This will
Well,
not take long.
I'm not gonna kill your father, or force him.
If it must be done.
Try to force him, at least. You. So, you're still upset. Why is that? My love, Colette, yes, I know that. Yes, I know I'll have to... You should go in there and just stand up to him. But I'll be on my way, then. Yeah, he's quite upset. I don't want to tell him to go and kill him, which is probably what it would take to get Colette. So perhaps if I get in his good graces by bringing him Mimic's blood, he might talk about this issue between Colette and Dar. Hello, little girl. How come you're here by yourself?
Stranger.
Hello, ma'am. Who might you be? My name is Kachi. I came here with me ma and pa to flee the bad people who are killing everyone. When I grow up, though, I'm going to be a mighty warrior and leave this place for good. What do you know about these bad people? Ma and pa says I'm just telling stories, but I'm not. It's true, and I really saw it. I was bringing the cows home a couple weeks ago, but I was bringing them through the path in the woods because it's faster, even though Ma doesn't like it when I goes through there. But I passes by the ranger's cabin. Morella's always been real nice to me. She gives me candies that she says she makes out of tree sap, and she took me fishing once too. When I passed by it, though, I saw this big black shadow coming out of her cabin, and it was leaving a big trail of red stuff which looked like blood. It was so big and scary. It looked like a wolf monster. I was so scared for Morella, so I went and told me Ma and Pa, but they didn't believe me and told me to stop telling stories. But it really is true, man. Honest. If you went to the cabin, I bet you'd find something. It's just to the west of the village, out in the valley. Nobody wants to go out there now because they're all scared. But I know I saw something, man. Oh. So she very well might not be alive anymore. Hello.
Top of the day to
Were
you.
these the people from that meeting I saw when we first came in here? Hi, is there something you want? Who are you? Well, me name's Dale. I do some herding out in the fields with the cows and such with me wife here and me kids. Came into the village. It just ain't safe anymore out there. I knows 2 other herders who vanished, and the farmers ain't safe, neither. Farmer Jacob and his wife were both slaughtered, and then their bodies disappeared. Terrible things all. Huh. What else can you tell me about these killings? Well, it's them ogres, sure enough. He gets monsters in the area. He gets killings in the area. Me wife thinks it's the wolves, but that's just foolish talk. Wolves would go after the cows, right? And we've had no more killing of the cows than we've had since the wolves showed up a couple of years back. People gets hysterical, they does. Grews their babbles on about that witch and me daughter, Kachi, is no better than with her stories. You should hear her. It's the ogres. And they'll come and finish us all off. Once they've picked us clean to small enough numbers, we should be fleeing as soon as we can, true enough. You just watch yourself around here. Them ogres be the death of us all, they will.
Speak. It will
Ogres,
be done.
wolves, the witch. One of the 3. Or perhaps all 3, I don't know. Hello.
What business to you?
Hello. Don't meet a lot of strangers around here, especially as of late. Who are you? Name's Gruz. Came into the village with some of the other herders after some of us started being slaughtered, or just plain disappeared. Herders, farmers, anyone in the outlying lands. The mayor sent some people out to find out what's happening, but I know what's going on. It's Umar. The witch has come back, and there ain't no one who goes into the hills going to come back now. Umar? She's a powerful old witch, ruled these hills over 500 years ago. Disappeared. No one knows where to, but she's come back, that's for sure. People around here, they don't believe me, I know. But they don't go deep into the hills where I go. Late at night, you hears things not of this world, and it makes you believe anything is possible. If you don't believe me, go and ask Vincenzo at the inn. He knows more about Umar than anybody. Oh, he told me a lot about her.
Certainly.
And who might you be?
Hello, my lady. 'Tis a bad time you picked to visit our fair village. Who are you? My name is Margie, short for Margaret. My husband is Dale, one of the herders. We fled from the outskirts of the village lands because of the wolves. Tell me about the wolves. The wolves have picked this year to start in on us people, mauling and stealing corpses. It has been just ghastly. They've been around for several years, but they've never been this bad. Everyone gets so upset and frightened, and they start thinking things are happening that aren't. Some people are blaming the ogre and his band, but they haven't done anything to harm us. After all, how could an ogre steal into the village and steal a body? No. And tales of Umar are just fanciful. Even my daughter, Kachi, hears these things and comes up with wild stories. The wolves around here have always been a danger. They're large and they're smart, and they're just a danger once again. That's all there is to it. People should know better.
I'm listening.
Hello.
Who are you?
Don't listen to Kachi. She's always full of stories, she is. Hello.
Weather's been lousy lately.
Fine thing us all fleeing into the village from our farms. For all the good it'll do us. Don't know how you fools can wander around in all your metal get-up in this heat. Just the price of being an adventurer, my good man. Adventurers, are you? I'll give you an adventure you soon won't forget. For a few golders, mind you. Are you propositioning me? No offense, but you don't look like the type who would have an adventurer worth buying, friend. The heat's gone to your steel-clad brains, then. Take your madness elsewhere. We have enough to worry about with all these murders and like business. Oh, who are these young ones?
Wow, an adventurer.
Ma'am, my name is Durbert, and me friends here we wanted to be adventurers like you. Real strong and powerful like. Yeah, I want to be a ranger and protect the village. I want to be a great warrior like me dad. I knows we can, but everyone says we're all too young and all. Bull, that's what I says to that. Since you're already an adventurer and all, ma'am, I was hoping you might maybe buy some swords for us? Some bastard swords? And some ale, Durbert. Don't forget the ale. Yeah, we wants to be real men. Swords and some ale, then. If we give you the money, ma'am, would you buy us some? Well, I was practicing with weapons, but I wasn't by their age, but I wasn't, yeah, they just want to pretend play that they're adventurers. I don't know if that's good, but, Listen, I'll get you your swords, but no ale. You barely fuzz on your chins. Oh, okay, with 3 bastard swords, we could at least become adventurers. Here's some of the gold we've saved up. Thanks, ma'am. You're the greatest. Aww. Oh, get over it now, Valsman. At least we're gonna get some swords. Yeah. I guess we have to buy 3 bastard swords for them then.
Helm, give me strength!
I catch Ajantis openly showing his feelings for me. Ajantis takes my hand, places a soft kiss on it, his eyes still on the surroundings. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.